Bedtime stories for adults. If, like me, some of your fondest memories are of being tucked in and hearing a favorite story as you drifted off to sleep, you'll love this channel. Here, you'll find gentle bedtime readings of my own books, narrated by my assistant May, in a soft, soothing voice designed to help you relax. No jarring sound effects, no sudden noises, just calm, feel good stories to ease you into sleep. If you enjoy these stories and would like to support the channel, you can also find all of my books available on Amazon. We headed back toward the house, and as soon as we stepped through the door, I knew something was off. Everyone was gathered around the long table, half pretending to talk, half whispering behind mugs and hands. Every time I looked their way, someone suddenly found their drink fascinating. And there was Nimicie, standing by the oven, looking too innocent for her own good. "Dawn," she said sweetly, brushing a stray lock of hair from her face, "would you please look at the oven? There seems to be something wrong." Now, I know my wife well enough to know when she's up to something, but I was tired, hungry, and a little distracted by the events of the day. So I played along. "All right," I sighed, heading over. "But if this is another one of your experiments with dwarf bread, I'm not fixing another oven door." A few chuckles escaped from the table. Nimicie folded her arms, lips twitching at the corners. "Just have a look." I opened the oven and blinked. There was nothing inside but a single lonely bun sitting right in the middle of the rack. No pan, no pot, no tray, just a bun. I frowned. "Well, there's your problem. It's cold. Add wood." The table snickered. Nimicie arched an eyebrow. "No, Dawn, look in the oven." "I am looking," I said, dead serious. "It's cold, and there's no wood. Wood, add fire. Oven gets hot, problem solved." "Dawn," she said slowly, her smile growing wider. "What's in the oven?" "A bun," I said flatly. She tilted her head. "Now say it all together." I blinked. "There's a bun in the oven?" The table broke into muffled giggles. My father slapped me on the back so hard my teeth clicked. "Didn't think my handiwork would be used so soon, boy." I poured myself an ale, muttering, "Still cold, though. Needs fire." "No, you idiot!" Nimicie burst out, hands on her hips now, though her laughter was bubbling through the words. "What was in the oven?" "A bun. And what does that mean?" I stared, completely lost. Then it hit me. My mouth dropped open. "There's a bun in the oven." The table exploded. Cheers, laughter, mugs pounding wood. My mother actually cried into her napkin. I turned to Nimicie, who was smiling so hard her eyes shone. "We're going to have a baby?" She nodded, and that was it. My mug went flying into the air, all splashing the rafters as I grabbed her and kissed her. The room erupted again, laughter and applause filling the kitchen. For a long moment, it was just us. Her arms around my neck, her head against my chest, the warmth of the fire, finely lit, and the smell of home. Author's note. This story was inspired by a very real moment in my life. My new wife, Tracy, and I had just moved from the tiny rooming house I'd been living in into our very first apartment together, a small one-bedroom on the 4th floor of a high-rise. Friends and family helped us haul everything up, and when the last box hit the floor, I was sent out on a sacred mission: pizza and beer for our hard-working tribe. I returned, arms overloaded, hot pizzas balanced against my chest and a case of 24 dangling from one hand, expecting everyone to pounce the moment the door opened. Instead, the whole group stood frozen. No one moved. No one even reached for a slice. I had to shoulder my way through bodies just to set the food down. "What's wrong with everyone?" I asked. "Come on, eat!" Tracy was in the kitchen beside the wall oven, flicking the oven light on and off. My mother stood next to her, wiping tears from her eyes. Without looking away from the oven, Tracy said, "Dawn, would you come here? There seems to be something wrong." Confused, I walked up, turned the oven dials. Everything worked. Burners glowed red. Light came on. Heat kicked in. All normal. I even checked the fuse box. "It's working fine," I said. "So what's the problem?" Tracy, still flicking the oven light, answered, "No, you idiot. What's in the oven?" I opened the door. Inside, on the middle rack, sat one single bun. No pan, no tinfoil, no sheet. Just a bun. Annoyed and starving, I pulled it out and took a bite, to the absolute horror of my mother, whose eyes nearly fell out of her head. Tracy burst into laughter. "You're eating your child," she laughed. "What are you talking about?" I snapped, still chewing. Tracy, giggling uncontrollably now, asked, "Dawn, what was in the oven?" "A bun," I said, "and now say it all together." Still chewing, completely clueless, I muttered, "There's a bun in the." I froze. It hit me. I threw the bun in the air, scooped Tracy off her feet, and spun her around the kitchen while the whole place erupted in cheers. That was the night I learned I was going to be a father. And I had very nearly eaten the announcement. To this day, my oldest son Scott will tell anyone who will listen that his mother used to tuck him in at night with terrifying bedtime warnings. Be good, or daddy will eat you. I saw him try once. Some moments you never forget. Some you can never live down. Bedtime stories for adults. If, like me, some of your fondest memories are of being tucked in and hearing a favorite story as you drifted off to sleep, you'll love this channel. Here, you'll find gentle bedtime readings of my own books, narrated by my assistant May, in a soft, soothing voice designed to help you relax. No jarring sound effects, no sudden noises, just calm, feel good stories to ease you into sleep. If you enjoy these stories and would like to support the channel, you can also find all of my books available on Amazon.